Hello, I'm Rachel from Douentza Garden in Ireland, and you are very welcome to this video all about repairing lawn. Now, it sometimes happens by the end of the season, so possibly in autumn, like where I find myself today, that your lawn has bare patches in it. It may be that there has been a lot of traffic, a lot of people walking on the lawn, a lot of kids playing on the lawn, or just the wheelbarrow running over the same space again and again. And the result is that you have bare patches. Sometimes it's easy to fix, but if you get a bare patch on the edge of a straight line, like I have here on this path, then it does require a little technique to remedy the situation. So stick with me and I'll give you the lowdown on how to repair your lawn. The first thing I want to say to you about lawn repair is that you can actually do it anytime. Now, I live in a very temperate, rainy climate here in Ireland, so actually if I repair my lawn, it's going to fix itself quicker. Also, if you repair your lawn in either autumn, as I'm doing today, or in spring, then you're more likely to get rain. And you must remember that rain is going to feed any newly emerging grass and help it to go quicker and to solidify. So it might make sense to schedule your lawn repairs for autumn or spring. However, if you keep any repairs well watered, then it should be fine to do it at any time. Now, today I'm going to show you specifically what to do when you have a straight edge, which is what I have here, that has become degraded. So in this particular instance, I have a path that I want to be perfect and straight, but the lawnmower had a little accident as it tried to squeeze up this path, which is actually too narrow for it now. And you can see how the edge has become degraded. Now, this isn't something that is going to repair itself, so it's something that I need to do a little work on, and that's what we're going to do in just a moment. However, there are all kinds of lawn repairs that you can do, and in my climate, for example, if I get a bare patch in the lawn from wear over the season, all I need to do is just sprinkle a little bit of grass seed on there, and by spring it's going to be healthy and lush looking again. Sometimes I don't even need to do that because grass does spread, and if you've bare patches and a wet climate, then the grass is going to creep in there. We all know this because we spend so much time pulling grass out of our borders as it tries to creep in along the edges. There are also other situations where you have circles or semicircles, like I have down here around this conifer tree. Now, I must tell you, this is supposed to be a perfect circle, but it certainly is not. And it has become worse over the course of this season. So what I am doing here this autumn is just placing a few sods around the edge. In fact, what I'm doing is making the edges a little bit worse than they were before. But that's okay, because I know that in spring, this grass, these new sods of grass that I have just laid, will have knitted together with the existing grass, and I can actually cut whatever shape I need to cut with the half moon edger. All it takes is a few months, so I'm not worried if this looks a bit messy now. For this job, of course, you do need to be able to take some excess lawn from elsewhere in your garden and place it around the edge of the circle. Just little bits are enough. And I find that if I'm recutting the edges of my borders in autumn, then there's always a little bit extra to use to fix any circles that have gone a bit haywire. Just a final word on circles, and you may be wondering why I don't have a perfect circle here around that tree. And I can tell you that if you have something right slap bang in the middle of your circle, then you have no excuse not to get it exactly right, because you can just tie a string to that central point, lead the string out, and then bring the string around and mark your circle perfectly. However, in this instance, I have a big tree in the middle of the circle, not in the center, and I certainly don't want to use that as the central point because it will mean that my circle goes too wide. So if you have any clever ideas on how to draw a circle when you've got a big tree in the middle that isn't in the center, then do jot that down below. Okay, so I guess we are now going to get on with fixing this path here, and I will show you how we do it. So this is the bit that has been degraded, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it out using a spade that has a flat edge. This one we call the lady spade because, as you can see, it's a lot more refined than the one I normally use, but the advantage is it does have a flat edge all the way along here, along the degraded line. If you cut a piece that's too small, then it will tend to dehydrate on there. Okay, so I have a long strip here that I am going to turn around. So this edge here is straight, or it's kind of straight. And I'm going to place it here where it should be straight, and then the degraded bit I'm going to turn around and put here where I know it'll fix itself in time. I'll just take out the first little bit here, and what you have to do here is to just slip your spade underneath the sod, removing a small amount of earth, as small amount as you can, and then we're gonna take this out and line it up. Now I'm going to take out the second bit. Again, just easing out the sod. I've got a few weeds in here I'll just take out, and then I will put this back here, just lining it up correctly. A little bit of earth in there while I'm at it. And now for the final bit. Just removing a few weeds that have managed to make their way into the border along the edge of the degraded lawn. If you look closely, you can see the seam where the degraded bit of lawn has now met up with the main body of the lawn, and I'm not worried about that at all because I know by spring you won't be able to see that, not one little bit. And we have a little visitor who's come along to check out what's been done. Oh look, he's found a little snack here on the base of the spade. Okay, so you can see on the right there how the lawn is now nice and straight. Well, straight enough. You will bear in mind that it'll get a snip in spring, and then it'll be right as rain. So there we go, that's the edge of this lawn fixed. I'm not going to walk on this now. Did a little bit of stomping, kind of pushing towards the inside of the lawn, but I'm not going to walk on that. Nobody will walk in that until spring, by which time it'll be all knitted up wonderfully. That's all from me. Hope you found this video useful, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.